Hello and welcome to my YouTube tutorial for today. We're going to be talking about 10 AI tools that can be implemented into your businesses to make it much more easier for you to make sure that whatever you're doing is much more better, the efficiency is very high, and the workload is greatly reduced. So today we're talking about 10 important AI tools that you can use for your everyday activities to make your work easier for you and way better. So, without wasting too much of our time, my name is Midjourney. I'm an AI automation specialist, and I help businesses build automation workflows to increase ROI, to increase efficiency, and reduce workload. I'm sure you've seen some of my YouTube videos, and now you can be implemented in businesses to improve the overall efficiency and save lots of income. So, the first on our list is Granola AI. Granola AI is an meeting notepad that enhances your own notebook in real time without joining meeting as a bot. So whenever you're using it, it doesn't show you that it is joined as a bot. You don't see it as a participant, even it sits as an undercover, only meant for you without other people noticing that you're using this. And some of the core strengths of using this AI is that it runs locally. That means you don't need to join as a visible bot. It builds on what you write rather than replacing you. It adds context, action items, and details to your bullet points. And whatever you've written already, you can use whatever you've gotten from Granola and add it to your workflow. And it works alongside your existing note-taking app. So that means whatever you're using before, let's say you have a habit of jotting notes before, you can coexist with it. That means whatever is being written, which is much more going to be detailed than yours, you can join with whatever you've written to it, because as we all know, there might be a little detail that it missed that you wrote down. And then by the time that compiling everything together, you have a full working notes. And then the best thing about it that it works with almost all, or should I say all meeting platforms like Zoom, Meet, and Team. Very, very efficient for your note taking. I'm going to show you some example of how this works so you later understand it very well. Next on our list is Ivorymind document analysis. You can find it at ivorymind.com. It's very, very important so that you need. It helps basically to summarize PDF, transcribe audios or videos, and extract insight from various content types. Whenever you have to do with transcribing of images, or you want to summarize a PDF of 4 to 5 documents, and you want to get an insight on these 4 to 5 documents once, you need this for that. And then one thing that makes it different is when you're dealing with an LLM, you tend to submit a document at a time, or either something 3 at a time. It's quite harder for the LLM to actually go through at the same time while giving you an answer for all 4 at the same time. Most times it's very, very better to get a better response when you're just submitting one at a time. But with Ivorymind, you can submit up to 10 documents at the same time and then pick out what you want, and it gives you a citation where it's been taken from or which document you took that from. And you can also transcribe your video, your audio. That means you can take a YouTube link, input it there, and transcribe it for you. Very, very efficient here, even on audio. Because I know that right now, Claude and ChatGPT do not allow you to paste in audio, because I know when I tried to ask them, I wasn't able. Gemini allows, like, let's say I paste an audio file and I'm like, okay, can you summarize everything that's in this audio? Claude and ChatGPT has not been able to do that for me yet, maybe because on the free plan, I'm not sure yet. But for Gemini, once I did that is the only element that right now, I mean, out of popular elements that works for that. So you can use Ivorymind to sort out all this problem. And some of the core strength of using this document analysis is you can submit PDF, audio, video, and web pages to get information from them. You can ask any question about this document that you uploaded and to give you a concise answer. There, right now, if they're generating on the free plan, which I'll explain when I'm showing an example. I see that it has different models, but you need to be on the executive plan for you to use most of the models there. You can point to a specific section in the source material. Let's say you have 5 materials, you can tell it, okay, from this source material, can you tell me what you figure out, even though you sometimes 5 materials, and then it works with multiple languages, and so you can submit language in another different alternative, and it will still give you a response based on that. And like I said before, it can handle multiple documents at once, and it generates coherent and accurate summary. So um, when you send to document, I need automatic feedback, accurate feedback from more than 10 documents at the same time. I guess Ivorymind is the best place for you to go. So I'm going to show you a quick example of how that runs now.
The first thing you need to do is go to ivorymind.com. So once you sign up, you'll be given this. This is how the dashboard looks like. And then there are three things you can actually do here. You can chat by group, you can chat all the documents, or you can just go on an individual chat with that specific document. So if you want to chat in a group, you need to categorize it by using tags. That is the best way to work. So if you're creating like 5 different documents, you create a tag and then choose the documents based on those tags. Then you can now chat based after choosing those documents, then you can now chat and the model will be able to answer each question about those group. Or you can set to chat all of them at the same time. So let's say I upload like 10 documents here. I can choose chat all and I'm able to chat and ask question about all these documents here. Like you should know it will take more token compared to your chatting just one because you need to go to each document to find those relevant information you're looking for. Or like I said, chat in a group where you create your group based on tag. So once you come here, you go to upload file and then you can either upload either PDF doc, PPT text, message audio or YouTube. So we have YouTube here. You just need to input the video URL, or you can record audio. That means you can record an audio. And if you want, you can drop the audio file here. You cannot drop the audio file. That means upload file. Then the audio file will be here. So whichever one it is. Let me show you a quick example of one that I uploaded for this. So this is how it looks like. So I think the first one is once I created it was to access for a summary. So let's say this is the document. So let me access for a summary. So this is write a compose comprehensive summary. So and then I send it. So and then it will give me everything that I need for this document. So easy, very fast, and then very comprehensive, and it gives you the citation, very important. As you can see all the references and others. If you are someone into research work or you need to do so many things or ask question about like 6 or 7 different documents, and if you're using an LLM and you upload like 3 at the same time, it's very difficult for you to get all the information from those 3 documents, but you can use Evermind to do that. You all you just need to do is upload all those documents there and then ask it about those questions using the tags, or if you just want questions, then that is it.
The next thing we have on the list is Postman API. I'm sure this is a very, very familiar one with anyone. As long as you are doing automation, you would have actually come across this once in a while. A Postman API documentation using AI, which is the one that is very, very proficient right now. And it's an industry standard API development platform. And we added an AI agent builder for creating custom API workflows and automation. Basically, I use it to test my API webhook and all that important things basically for testing. That's what I use it for. And I'm going to show you an example of how that works. Or let me explain some of the core strengths and say in case you're in that field and you feel like this is something you need to get into. It will be much more easier for you. So one of the core strength of it is it's already being used by 25 million developers. That's to show you how popular it is right now. And you can use it to create custom agents for API workflows in English. And then you can build complex API sequences without coding. It's an AI-assisted API tool for testing and error resolution, which is basically what I do for at the moment. And it can help you to also generate API documentation. And the last one is you can share this API collection and workflow, which makes it so much better. So I'm going to show you a quick demo of how I use Postman to test my workflow.
Yeah, and for Postman, like I said, I use it basically to test my webhook or to transfer information from one page to another, and for me to know if the webhook is correct, if I'm sending the right scripts, the right body, and everything. So you can either use your get or post. That is the most common one here. That is the most common that you probably use get or post. But there are still others here. Post, pass, delete. But I know the when I'm testing the common one I use is get or post. Then you have your parameters here or the authorization here. Like I said, if you want to test or anything like that, or you want to figure out if it works, that's what basically is it for. And but like I said in the when I was explaining it, there are still other uses for it. We have the headers, the body. You can try to add scripts, and then the settings which honestly I don't come here. So if you want, you could do. I'm going to be sending a few parameters today, and what I'll be using to test this would be my anything. So I'll send parameters from here to anything, so you can see how it works. Yeah, this is that was from anything. Let me show you. I'm going to get the test URL here, and then leave everything as it is. Don't forget, if it's you're using get here, from post might has to be get to, and if I'm using post here, get might has to be post. So I'm going to copy this URL, then take it back to and then I input it here. And then let's put a key parameter. Let me say Daniel 20, and then let me just put it as age. Then we're going to test this parameter to see if it's pick it up on them. So let's listen for test events, and then we send this parameter. As you can see, it shows 200 here. That means the request was successful. Let's not check out anything to say. As you can see, we've gotten it here. Let me check the parameter, then the query, then Daniel 20. So basically, the webhook is working. So like I said, you can just use the test the webhook to know, okay, is it the webhook that is your or you're trying to set wasn't going to, I need to say, okay, what kind of body, how would they come in? I need to know, okay, is this the way it's going to come in? All those kind of tests you can use Postman to test it, but basically that's what I used for that.
And the next we have on the list is Atlan of AI, which is definitely a no-code building app building platform. I know right now it's not really popular due to the high demand of flood code and other applications for building of app. And then I know as time goes on, based on how it's growing, it might become more rampant later on in the future, and then you might get to have access to it. But before that, let me just show you some of the core strengths of this web builder. First of all, all you just have to do is describe what you want, and you get your working software. It's very, very easy. You tell it, okay, this is what I want, and this is what I want to do for me, and it gets you everything in a few minutes. Even though there's going to be a back and forth question, okay, this is what I want, this is what you want, and then you guys come to a conclusion on that. And then it goes like the next thing is you can go from a demo to making it live. That means you can go from your idea to a demo to making it live in just few minutes. And it actually generates deployable application. That means the application that's been generated can be deployed. All you just need to do is publish it, and then it becomes in production. And then you can also refine with conversational feedback. So whenever you're building your app, or let's say you're building on Altan, all you need to do is have that conversation with it, get feedback that okay, this is how we did, and you see the conversation flowing in and out from this, and then you watch it. It's not like you see how you translate your idea into codes. I'm sure it's something that you're familiar with, we're all familiar with when it comes to app building with conversational requests, especially when it comes to the prompting, and then you can take that code and customize it further in other applications. So that's one of the good things about using Altan AI. So I'm going to show you a quick example of using Altan AI to build a web app. It's going to be very, very short. So something I've built already and it's going to be quite concise. So just to show you an example of how things can be using Altan AI.
Um, I'm going to show you from the beginning so you'll be much more comfortable understanding the whole thing. So I said I wanted to build an application that customers can do daily check-in daily, and after inputting that, the reason why I would have done it all over again, but I'm on the free plan, so I just have 200 something credit left out of 500. But if you're doing for a bigger project, you need to upgrade the plans. I just wanted to just show you how it works. After that, the thing let's understand what it is. So he asked me, I need to understand what you're building before we start. Daily check-ins could mean different things. So it gave me some questions for me to answer. It asked some questions, and then I was able to answer those questions. And after that, I gave the reply. So he said, work status is daily, track attendance or participation, my team or employer. These are some of the questions that he asked, so I was able to give it a reply. And then after that, it asked me some few questions again. So it's a back and forth scenario where we're having a conversation. So until we're able to come to a conclusion before it starts building. So after I was able to finish building, then we got this interface here, which you can see we have 10 members, daily check-ins, total participation, and then we have number of the people that checked in today, and then those that are pending. So this was just a simple, it's just a very simple thing that I did. It's not something that I would have actually want to put into production, but I'm saying if you want to do something like this, it's just easier for you. So you just have like a conversation, to able to come to a finalized ground, and you're able to build something like this. So this is just for daily check-in. We already have total of 10 members, 7 people checked in today, and that makes it 70% team participation. Then the people who checked in today are this, and then who have not checked in today. And so you can track everybody's check-ins using just a few minutes, and that was how I was able to build this interface.
The next thing we have on the list is going to be LMArena. I know it's very, very important. Like I would say that when I started using this thing, I got so much into it that basically anytime I want to test something, I go there first of all to know which model I use. So let me explain what LM Arena is about. So first of all, you go to the website LMArena.ai, and it's a platform for head-by-head comparison of different AI language models with community voting and benchmarking. So that is basically where you go to test models. You have lots of models being tested there, especially ones that are just coming out there. So before it gets into production, and before it goes out there, you have the opportunity to test it out in there and know which one is better. So you compare different models together and know which one is better before you go out there into production. And so some of the core strength about using LMArena in your business is you can do the comparison in the sense that you get to know which model is better. Like you're trying to compare ChatGPT to Claude or to Gemini or to Grok, whichever one you use, and you can test models of the same thing, and you can check 4.0, ChatGPT 4.0 to 4.1. You can compare which one is good for a specific task and all that. So it allows you users and choose whichever one they want based on what is available there, and you can compare your outputs. That means it brings out different outputs, and then you can choose which one you feel better. You can also make it anonymous. That means you don't get to know which model it is. You can ask a question, it makes anonymous. Then after it's generated and after you click to answer, you get to know which is which. And then one of the like I said, one of the major things that it allows you to track latest release models. So you get to find out latest release models from there. So it actually doesn't get to your limit. It takes a while before you get to limit there. And you can use it for image generation to compare models of image generation to check which one is better, to know who writes codes better. So basically it's one of the best ways if you want to check out models before you go into production. You can use that to check that. So I'm going to show you a quick example of how we can use this to better our workflows or whatever thing we're generating using AI.
So yeah, after you log into your LMArena, this is how the interface looks like. The Canva interface looks like. Then we have three categories. So you can either battle with two anonymous models. That means by the time you ask any questions here, um, it gives you two reply, but you don't know the models yet till you choose which one you feel is okay. After that, it reviews the model that you've chosen and the other one that you feel like is less competent. Then you're able to know which of the two models it is. And the second one is similar to that, that is side by side. The only thing is that you are the one choosing the model that you want to battle, and then we have direct chat, which is just has only one model at a time. So I'm going to show you the side-by-side method. Then you can check out battle with anonymous and direct chat. Direct chat is just like you're having conversation with one model, which I'm sure all of us are familiar with. So I'm going to use the side-by-side chat. So I want to use um, Gemini 3 Pro, and let me look for a different model. I know and Grok 4.1 thinking. Let me change from 4.1 thinking to actually I just want to speak for any, but I'm looking for a simple one. I'm looking for 4.1. Let me just pick anyone since let me leave it as 4.1 thinking. So let me ask, what is the best way to build your career? This is just something simple. So now we have Gemini 3 Pro competing with Grok 4.1. Let's are comparing two models together, and then we'll be able to feel which one is better by the time both of them are done generating their response. So right now Grok 4.1 is thinking, is giving a response, and Gemini 3 Pro is also giving its response. So by the time they're done giving a response, you go through the two of them and figure out okay which one is better. So by the time you're going into production, you're able to know which model is better research, model is best for content writing and all that. So this is actually the best way to go about it. So let me open for 4.1 taking Grok, and this is basically what it gave. Yeah, and then let's look at Gemini 3 Pro, and this is what it gave to. So I'm not going to be reading through everything because honestly I'm not looking at what you did here. So for each test around, you can just come here to test models together, or if you want anonymous, you can do that too, or just one model at the same time. Yeah, and that's it. So you can also generate videos here using the video arena, but you need to join the Discord for you to do that. So yeah, that is it for LM Arena.
And another on the list, very important that I've used it in a workflow before, is PDF.co, which is an automation API. That is PDF automation API. Basically, what it does is it's a cloud API for PDF manipulation, data extraction, document conversion, and automated document workflows. So some of the core strengths, which I'll be showing you an example, you see how it's very applicable, is that it can converge, merge, split, extract, even use it as OCR and sign PDFs. Like I said, they're very important. And it has a pool table, that's the form, and it's whichever conversion you are using it for. and you can extract data from a table or a form, from text from PDF, and also it has a high volume document processing. That means when you want to extract something from a document, you can upload large files and it will still work. It also helps with conversion of PDF to Excel, PDF to Word, PDF to JSON, PDF to images, and also vice versa in any of the same. And you can extract text from scanned documents. And one of the best things is it's very easy to integrate with other automation models. Like I'll show you an example of me using anything and anything, and how well is it for you to just integrate it into anything very easy. Even though the one on anything is the community node, all you just have to do is install it and you're good to go. I'm going to show you a quick example now so it will be much more easy for you to understand. But if you're looking for a cloud platform where you can convert documents very easily, you should check out pdf.com. It's very easy, especially when you're dealing with workflows. It saves you time and it's very easy to integrate it much faster. So let me show you a quick demo of how that works.
And then we have pdf.co, basically a converter from different things like I explained before, how you can convert so many things. So logging in, you get a 10,000 credits, and it only lasts for a month. Then in the future, it only lasts for a month. And then you get your API key, which is here, which you can use and which you how to use it in anything that's connected successfully in anything. And then we have different tools that you can integrate it with. You can integrate it to make Zapier, and there are still others that you can do. So you can just convert your PDF to anything, to HTTP. So many things you can do with it. So that's actually one of the cool stuff when it comes to conversion of different files. So many things you can do with it. So I'm going to show you a quick example. So I'm going to go to copy my API key, then I'll go over to anything to show you. So let's add the first, let's pdf.co. It's actually a community node, so you need to install it first before you can use it. So we're going to convert PDF, or you can either convert URL or HTML to PDF. These are so many actions you can do here, so many. So I'm not going to convert anything. I'm just going to show you how to do. So whichever one you feel is okay, you can do it. So let's use this for the meantime. So let me show you how to create. So to create your credentials, you enter your API key, the one we just copied there. So you copy it here and then you save it. And that's it. So yes, that is all for PDF. Especially you can just choose whichever action you want based on everything here, and then you're good to go. And that's it. So you can just input your URL and you convert your URL to PDF. So many things you can do with it. And actually very good when it comes to conversion of different documents.
The next we have on the list is Twain, which is the sales email writer. I know when I got into it, I was amazed. I'm not going to lie to you about that. It's something that I know if you want to go into sales marketing, you really need something like this because it gives you exactly what you want. The idea of marketing, I would say it is top notch. When it comes to marketing, you want to reach out to a specific customer. You don't know how to go about it, how the funnel should look like. I would say you should check out Twain. So you just go to Twain.ai to check out all this. And let me give you a brief summary of what it does. It's an AI-powered sales writing assistant that optimizes outreach messages for higher responses. So some of the cautions about this AI is that it is trained specifically on effective sales communication. And we should quick demo of how this works so you'll be able to understand it. And it can score your emails as you write. It suggests improvement based on sales psychology, and it is a pre-built sequences for different scenarios. So if you're given it an idea that okay, this is the idea I want you to reach out to on this person, you can give them another ideas for a different person, and it makes it so much easier. So you can have like up to 10 leads of people that you need to reach out to, and you're finding how to, I don't really know much about this person. So what do I send to this person? Then Twin helps you find out core details about the person using whatever. The one I used as an example was my LinkedIn profile. So you'll be able to, you're able to get all the information you know about that person. And then the website of that of the company, you reach out, you input the website there, and then you extract everything you need, and you tell me this is what I want to propose to this customer. And then you write a detailed um, writing explaining how you can send this to the person. It might be an email template, it might be just a sales writing extend that okay, this is the step one, send this message to this person first of all. And I'm talking about very professional, very professional. It also gives you the idea that you can change how you want it to be. You don't want to be indirect, direct, be formal, to be bold, anyhow it is. It's just to tell you what you want and be able to do that for you. So I'm going to show you a quick example of how that works. Like I said, if you're in sales marketing team, especially when you do with cold outreach, I would say this is the best right now that I know of. There might be others that I'm not aware of, but Yeah, I would love to even know more about all these tools. And then once I find them, I'll bring it out to you. But right now, this is not the we got, and I feel like it's very, very okay for this. So let me show you a quick example of how that works.
Okay, let me show you a brief example of how Twain works. One thing about Twain is how well it gives you ideas on how to pitch yourself to other people. So what I did is, when you sign up, the best thing you just need to do is create your lead. So there are three ways you can create your leads. Either you upload CSV from your sports account, or you add manually using LinkedIn. So I already did my own LinkedIn account, which I just added manually, and this is it here. This is it here. So I told you this is what I want you to do for me. You should show me how Zendesk 301 RI and 6 month people can address concern about integration, security, and enterprise skills control. So basically that was it. So whenever you want to pitch your idea or pitch your idea to somebody and you don't know how to go about it, I would say 21 the best place for sales marketing. Like how to carry your let's say you want to you checked on LinkedIn that, oh, this guy's into this thing and I want to pitch my product to this person, and how do I go about it, the stages of how to go about it, or different funnels of what you think I go about it. It's does a deep research about the person. As you can see here, you got all this information from just my LinkedIn username. We have the tags, the challenge, my personal, everything. So as you can see, it got everything about me, and it's honestly really, really cool. So based on what I was able to get about me, I was able to generate this thing. So this is composing a message from based on what I asked it. Your clarity for opportunity automation have been really caught my attention. I feel like you're very intentional about AI fit. So it gave me everything. So I can actually change it from informal to creative to direct based on what I want. Let's say, oh, this is informal. Let's make it direct. Let's make it bold. Or I can choose a new tone for that. And you can change the language actually to whichever language you want to write it. And it's really cool for sales marketing. Tell you when you want to pitch your idea to somebody and you don't know much about the person. So it does research about the person and helps you generate a good response based on that. Really cool stuff, I must say. And like I said, you can do it for multiple leads. So you just do this, import your leads, and then it generates all this for you.
And another important AI tool that on this list is Tactiq.iq. That means Tactiq.iq, which you can see here. I would say that I got to know about it for a while now. Until recently, when I started hitting YouTube videos, and I'm like, okay, yes, I really need this tool, and that means very, very important to help me generate meeting our YouTube transcript. I know there are two functions of it right now. We have one for YouTube transcript. That means it's very free. You don't even need to sign up. You can get YouTube transcript generator from it. And the second one is a Chrome extension for real-time meeting transcription across Google. That means if you want to get a meeting transcription of the whole thing, let's say on Google Zoom and everything, you can use this for it. But basically, the only thing I use it for is for the YouTube transcript. So how that works is I take the YouTube video link, I impute it there and I tell it, okay, generate the transcript for me. Like I said, it's free. You can use it as many times as you want. Generate this transcript for me, and then you can use that generated transcript for much more important things. I need to explain to you how that works. You'll be able to see some of the core ideas and importance of how you can use this tool in your business, especially when you're someone that, okay, what is the latest video for today? And then you get a transcript for that. You turn that transcript into a content and then you use it later on. Very, very important, so especially for content creators. It's so, so important for that. So videos, like just some of the core strengths, like I said before, you can turn any video into blog post, social media content, even show notes or a study materials in seconds. Very, very good for that. So I'm going to show you an example of how that works so you'll be able to have a better um, understanding and implement it into your businesses or whatever it is you want to get into.
But right now, we want to use the one for the YouTube. So I want to get all the transcripts for a particular video. So I just input it here. You don't need to sign up or do anything. You just come to the link here and then you click on get video transcripts and you wait for it to load and then it gives you the whole transcript. So in the next few seconds, it should be dropping. Yes. So after doing that, this is my YouTube video I did. So you can copy or you can download the transcript. And if great thing about this is that once you get this transcript, you can use it for so many things. Can I ask an alien that okay, based on this transcript, what do you think this person is talking about here? Can you summarize all these things for me? Okay, can you find out the solution I want to look for in this video? Can you find out? Can you help me find out some of what he was able to mention that can be used in this thing? So many things can use transcript. You don't need to watch a video for you to ask a specific question. I know there was a time that there was this YouTube video that I needed to get. Okay, so how did he get? There was a problem I needed to solve. And I talked about it in that video. So all I did was just get the transcript. I gave it to Cloud. So okay, can you sorry Gemini, let me find out. Can you please help me figure out how to solve this solution based on what he said in this transcript and all that? And he was able to generate the whole thing for me without me needing to go through all the whole video, which is really really cool. And you can generate a content for social media for your LinkedIn based on videos just like this. So yeah, it's actually a very very cool thing and very important, especially when you're time conscious and all that.
And then number 9 on our list, which is second to last, is Notion AI. I know this is very popular. Before we had Notion, now we have Notion AI, which is basically the integration of AI into Notion. And then the thing is that the AI encompasses all the whole workspace that you have. And what it does is it takes notes, searches across apps, build workflows, act as autonomous agent to complete complex multi-step tasks right where you work. So you can use the Notion AI to actually retrieve documents from older files that you've set. It's very important, especially when you're using Notion. I know sometimes you might open different files and all that, and you need an agent to help you integrate into this whole thing. It's something that is very important, especially when you're using Notion. You definitely need the Notion AI too. So how is it different from the previous one? So the old Notion actually answers questions and just edits single pages, and which was okay, but quite limited. So right now, the latest Notion AI we are having is it completes multi-step workflows, creates database, updates hundreds of pages, and pulls context from multiple connected records or tools. That means you can tell it that you go into my Google Sheet, retrieve this also document from me there, or this name of this person with the name, and it will do that since you've already integrated into it. So version has actually advanced now from the way it was. Now it's much more better than that. I would have showed an example for this, but for me to do that, I need to go in depth into this, and there's no enough time for this. So you can just check it out to know how to integrate or use Notion AI for your business. As long as you're using Notion AI, I know you know lots of uses of which you can use Notion for. It's very important, and then I feel like if you dive into Notion, you would need Notion AI. So it's very important to AI for you to dive into this 2026. So let's go to the last one on our list. Finally, the last one on our list. I know let me just give a quick summary on this before I go into it. My last video that I did, I saw someone talk about the this AI tool and said, "Oh, have you tried this out before?" And I looked at it and I'm like, "Can I do some research on it?" And I went, did some research, checked out some tutorial videos, and I'm like, "Oh, this is actually really nice. This is really nice." So, the 10th AI tool for today, which is the last, is Backboard.io. I don't know if you've heard about it. It came out not too long ago, but I tell you, this is hot. I can't really explain how effective it will be for your business right now, especially if you're the kind of person that is a one-person user. I'll say this is perfect for you. So let me show you some of the cool things I noticed about Backboard.io. I know there's some limitations I noticed too, but I'm going to explain everything to you because this is the tool that I just figured out like a few days ago. That's why I brought it into this tutorial video. So what does Backboard do? The memory native infrastructure layer designed to solve AI amnesia. I'm sure amnesia is forgetfulness, and it provides a persistent portable state layer that allows AI models to remember past interaction across different sessions and even different LLMs. So basically, I would say one of the cool things about Backbone is its memory. Memory is, like I said, is, right now is the number one when it comes to memory because it can remember a conversation from 3 months ago all the way to today. So that's how crazy it is when it comes to more the memory. Like it's really good. And the good thing about it is how much you can switch conversation between models, and then you still get to remember the past conversation. So let me show you explain some of the core strength for you. The number one is definitely memory. It stores context, the user's preference, interaction history, ensuring that the AI remembers you when it says. So let's say previously a month ago I told it about an interview I went to. And then this month I'm like, okay, do you remember the interview I went to last time on this date? I'm telling you, to remember, it is fact. And then that's how good it is. And it has a stateful thread management. That means it maintains the state of conversation across full thread, following from complex to multi-session reasoning. One thing I'll notice about it is if you have two people using an assistant, let's say I uploaded some document on that assistant, I'm sure I'll prefer you do your own research on it and you get to understand what I mean by that. You create each conversation has its own thread. So if I'm the user in using that assistant, I have my personal thread. So anything I say is being documented under that thread in that assistant. So if another user is also using that same assistant, he has his own identical thread. So the conversation that we're having is going to be different and stored differently. So if I'm telling the assistant somewhere else, let's say I'm chatting with the assistant here, another user is chatting with the assistant there, using the same assistant, you can have a conversation with the assistant in different places using different workspace. So I'm having a conversation with it. It remembers everything I'm saying at the same time, also keeping record of what the other person is saying. And that's to show you how good that is. So even though the user is coming back few months later to say, okay, I need to remember this, and I'm also talking about this thing. He's able to remember that, okay, yeah, this person's trade ID, this is the conversation under this person's trade ID. And to remember, and like I said before, under the same assistant, that's what makes it so much different. Another thing is, through a single API, you can access over 2,200 models, and which is, when I check, which is, I'll show you in the example there, it has over 2,200 and something, I think like 2,200 and something models, which is large enough. So you can choose whichever model you want, and no matter how much you switch to model, it remembers the conversation. So when you see the example I'll share, you to understand, or them I'm going to share, you understand what I mean by that. So even though I'm talking with Gemini 2.5, unless I switch to Grok 4.1, and then it still doesn't cut off the memory. And still remember the last conversation I had, even though I've changed the model and all that. And it features as the high performance retrieval augmented generation, that means RAG. That means I can store information into that assistant, and it remembers everything about that. And it's actually quite large, and I can upload lots of documents into it, and it remembers everything, even with my conversation. Like I said, one of the best thing about it right now is its um, memory. Memory is the best right now. So if you're looking for um, an agent that has the best memory, it is able to use over 2,000 models and LLMs, and then it's also able to connect to it conversationally. So that means you can ask a question, remember, and it gives you a very structured output. I would say right now, that's one of the best things you can get. Well, as I say that right now, if you're a single user, even if it's a multiple user, it's one of the best things you can get, because all you have to do is feed it what you want, and it gives you what you need. Even though it might be later on in the future, it doesn't forget what you told it. It is very superb. So I will talk about a limitation I noticed about using backboard.ai. I will take it that it's going to be very hard for you to integrate it. First of all, we don't have a node like that in anything. So you need to input your HTTP request to send all this. In the API documentation, you see how to be used all day. But if you are building like a chat conversational workflow, it'll be quite hard, because let's say for example now I'm building like a chatbot, and there's going to be different users. Each user is going to be creating a thread. So for me to know if the thread, if to create a new thread for this person, or no, I need to check if the thread is already in our database before I edit. So all those steps, it's like a workload, if I must say. So it's more like if we're having over 50 people using that new assistant, does that mean that I need to create a new assistant for each and every user so it can remember each person, or I give it the same thing? Because if I'm uploading a new file and everybody's uploading a new file to that assistant, I'm sure at the end of the day, if this person asks a question about that, because the other person has something that even relates to that file, you can be able to get that information on that. So it's like a vision of everything away, which I don't feel it's quite okay. So if, like I said, if you're using like one, two users, cool stuff, and everybody's focused on that same documentation as in, let's say, the Google Drive, the Google Sheets, and all that, then I feel it's one of the best out there right now. That means basically, I'll just basically continue. But if you don't use it for like an e-commerce kind of thing where you have so many people using that same thing at the same time, then it will be quite hard, because it's like you're going to be creating lots of assistants if you want to maintain a neutral background. And if you're using the same assistant, it feels too congested, and information might find its way to affect the whole working for that. So that's what I think about that. But if you feel that, oh, okay, it might work for you in a better way, then you can actually check it out yourself and let me know what you think about it. So yeah, I'm going to show you a quick demo of how this works and let me know what you think about this. Um, so
This is blackboard.io. Very important stuff I noticed lately, like I've explained, its memory is amazing. Like I can't express this enough. Like it's the best so far. So like I said before. So this is the interface. I'm not going to talk much about the whole thing. I'm just going to show you. So the first thing you need to do when you open it is to create your API key because it's very important. That's the only way you can manage your chat. So the first thing you do is create your API key. Once that is done, you save the API key somewhere, and then you use it. So after that, you can check your models library, and as you can see, we have over 2,279 um, models here that you can use, which is I would say the highest I've seen so far. And if you want to connect it, you can come to API docs here. It explains everything. Okay, I can actually connect to anything. I've seen videos. I did some research. I want to figure out how you can use this um, to connect to anything and send and receive messages from that. So that is all for that. Then the next thing you need to do is let me show you a live example of how it works here. Just chat. And yeah, I forgot to mention about that. The billing is also really cool in the sense that you just need to pay. They give you a $5 sign up free, and then after that you just need to pay $9 per month. That's the minimum, or you can upgrade it. So that's upgrading in the sense that you can pay $100 per month, $50 per month. And the cool thing is it doesn't expire. So if I put in $100 here, even if in 3 months and I'm not done with the token, it still stays that way. It doesn't end, which is a very cool thing about it. Like very cool thing. So I can start to recharge $100 and I'm not worried about it expiring at the end of the month because it stays till after, which I feel it's very amazing. So let's show you a quick example. I'm changing models here just to show you like the memory doesn't stop. So let me say, hey, my name is Daniel. Let me show you. Then if we notice we're using GPT 4.1 mini here, and our memory is also, and so it's showing me the name of the model we're using, GPT 4.1. So I just want to do a very short reply, and I'll show you. Um, okay, so let me now show you something now. As you can see, I now want to switch from 4.1 to let me use Gemini. Let me see 2.5 Pro. As you can see, I've changed the model. But I was not asked again, what is my name? Just to show you that it doesn't change. The model still remembers even though I'm changing model. That is it. So um, hold on, it remembers. I know the reason why I laughed was because he told me that okay, based on memory one. So it's more like it's storing it um in ways that like the citation kind of thing, as you were saying. So yeah, that is all for it. As you can see, I used Gemini 2.5 Pro here, and then I used 4.1 mini here, and still it was able to answer all the questions that I've talked about before, which like I said is really a cool.
so yeah, thank you very much for listening. And these are the top AI tools that I know that right now you'll need to implement to your business. Let me know which one you feel you need right now, or you feel like might actually wash away in months or years time, or you feel I might scale higher in months to go, and let me know what to take in the comment section. And also, if you have other tools that are available right now that I feel like you'll be able to assist by sharing it to me, I really appreciate that because I know one thing I'm always happy to do is check out tools that are coming out, know which one is better, how it can make workload easier and faster, and also increase the area of business. So if you have any question, kindly hit me up in the comment section. I'll gladly reply to you. And also we're going to be dropping the slide for this meeting in Google and in the description of the YouTube video. I'm going to drop the link where you can get it. So in case you want to go through it and then figure out some of the culture of each, so you'll be able to understand it better. So yeah, thanks for listening in and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I really do appreciate you listening in. Thank you.